The city attorney's office null-prossed or dropped his charges July 10th. That's where it should have been done. I'm comfortable saying, I think we caught the chief texting the city attorney, asking him to refile charges against Michael because he had the gall to express his opinion about what had happened.
I wanna make a change. I got one life left, so I'm gonna go down swinging, don't you forget.
I did a video in July of 2025 about an Uber driver getting ticketed for contempt of cop. Not only were the tickets bad tickets, but the unhinged cop even made the Uber driver provide his personal phone number to the cop or else he would go to jail. Well, the Uber driver contacted the city attorney and he gets the charges dropped the very next week. And so I do a video on this and we figure it's over. Well, the day I release my video, it appears the police chief calls the city attorney and makes him refile the charges on the Uber driver. And the driver's attorney may have found proof. But let's start from the beginning. All right, I am here with Mr. Actually, do you want me to use your name or?
I don't care.
Okay.
Mike Levy.
Okay, I am here with Mr.
Mike Levy.
Mike Levy today. On the 4th of July this year, you were stopped by the police at a red light, and I just wanted you to kind of explain what happens because the first 5 or so minutes of the interaction wasn't caught on body cam. So
Correct.
I kind of wanted to get into what happened with the stop and what happened in that first 5 minutes.
Well, I was at a red light, ready to make a left-hand turn onto a street called Louisiana in downtown to take him to their hotel. He was putting out some type of barrier as I was turning and told me I could not go that way. And I asked him, if I can't go this way, what is the designated area to go? I have customers that I'm Ubering and they're staying at the hotel.
He has a road barricaded off, or he barricades it right before you're trying to go through there.
Yes.
And so he actually lets other people go through, but then now it's your turn to go through and he decides to go ahead and barricade it. But you're saying, hey, I got customers in the back, and you told me there's actually a car following you with more customers of that same family because they couldn't all fit in one car.
Correct. And then I asked him for the third time if there's a designated area because I have one person that's handicapped in the vehicle, and at that point they didn't feel like walking 2 blocks, and at that time he did not like what I said and he said, pull it over there right now. So I pulled my vehicle over there.
What did you say to piss him off?
All I said is, what's the designated area to go, because I have these people that I'm expected to take to their hotel.
So what was his purpose of having you pulled over?
Well, the citations show impeding traffic and disobeying an officer.
In his mind, or his excuse for impeding traffic in that moment is because you weren't turning, or you weren't leaving the intersection because the road that you needed to go on was completely blocked off.
Exactly, but it was still at a red light when I was asking him these questions.
So you never actually impeded anything?
No.
Okay. It was all at a red light.
Correct.
That's crazy.
When it turned green, I asked him one more time, what's the designated route for me to go? And it had just turned green when I was halfway through that. And he said, pull it over right there.
The only person that got to do this, sir. What? You can go around, sir.
Uber driver. I got people in the vehicle.
Sir, you not listening to what I'm telling you. I told you what to do 5 times. Let me see your insurance.
So you couldn't hear me.
Insurance. I heard you 10
Let me
times.
get it out, please, sir.
Let's go.
You got your body cam on, please? You never.
Sir,
You just put it on now.
Sir, you need to work for the Little Rock Police Department. You know more rules than you think I do.
I do.
Let me see your insurance. Let me see your insurance. I'm going to get you out of here. Stay right there for me, sir. Yes, sir.
Just trying to get back to the Marriott.
Yes, sir. Give us a second. Everything's blocked for the fireworks. You're going to have to wait a second because all the roads are blocked.
Sure.
Thank you, sir. Hey, I'll be right back. Yes, ma'am. Huh? I mean, it's simple. I told him 10 times, sir, you can't go this way. You can't go this way. I want just to call to my chief. He said it. I don't make this up.
Right.
Simple. What now? What y'all?
My niece park right there. Can she park right there?
No, because this is the main road. Y'all get a ticket. Park on the side roads.
Okay. White car.
Yep, over on the side road because this is the main road. All right.
Okay.
Thank y'all. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Let me get my bike. You gotta go write me a ticket.
Right behind the parking lot. 5 you're on course.
Hey, sir, you can go around him. You can go around him so you won't be blocking traffic. I'm gonna back up. You can go around him so you won't block traffic. All right, back on up some. Back on up, sir. Back on up. Come on back, sir. Come on back, sir. There you go. Now just go around him. Yes, sir. There you go. Thank you, sir. Be careful. Here's your information back, sir.
I want your supervisor, please.
Yeah, we'll give him. Let me get your phone number. Let me have your phone number.
Give me the ticket. I refuse to give you my phone number.
Okay, if you don't give me your phone number, I won't be able to complete my information, and I'll have to take you to jail.
I'll talk to
once I finish my business, then we'll go ahead and take care of it. I'm asking for your phone number.
When the supervisor gets here,
go ahead and step out of the car, sir.
I can't wait for the supervisor. And I'll give you my phone number.
I'm telling you again, I'm not going to play these games. Sign my ticket, and I'll get my supervisor. Right now, we're on my terms. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I don't have time. I don't have time to go back and forth with you. Sign. What's your phone number?
501.
Yes, sir. Sign here on X, sir. I'll get my supervisor down for you for just a second. Okay,
So you're telling me I have to sign it too?
If you don't want to go to jail, this is your ticket out of jail. If you want to go to jail, don't sign it. And if you don't,
I'll get arrested.
This is right now. You're being arrested. I'm obtaining you. You cannot leave. You sign this is your release.
What am I doing?
You got arrested for impeding the flow of traffic and failure to wear a police officer.
Well, it was a red light,
sir.
I got these.
Sir,
people. It was a red light.
I told you what to do several times.
I couldn't hear you at the time.
That's fine.
It was
that's
a red
fine.
light.
We'll talk about it with the judge. Your court date is 6 August 2025. Yeah, 9 a.m. 600 West Markham. Yeah, I'll get your supervisor. You stay right here and wait on him. Here you go. His name is Sergeant Lewis. He'll be here in just a second. Matter of fact, I'll get you to pull over here out of the roadway, and I'll get your supervisor. Sergeant Rodney Lewis. I don't know who you're talking about. Pull over out of the roadway. Thank you. I'll get you a unit. Hey, Sergeant Lewis, you over here? Okay, I'm gonna go to 3rd and Cumberland. We got a guy that's right next to East End in the alley. They want to talk to you for impeding the flow of traffic and failure to obey orders. I gave him a ticket, but he want to speak with you. But 3rd and Cumberland, I'm gonna have to go work there because we don't got nobody right there.
Was that the first thing?
2nd Street is right here, right?
Simple, I told him he was gonna have to wait. So he right there with East End in the alley where we sent him. He did get a ticket, failure to obey officer and impeding flow of traffic.
I'm not sure.
My customers that were in the vehicle, a man and a woman and their daughter, were in my vehicle for 22 minutes before they felt safe or was allowed to get out of the vehicle.
What was the reason for the road closure?
At least 30 minutes beforehand, a fireworks show ended on July 4th. According to other officers at other intersections, if you were an Uber driver or if you were staying at this certain hotel, that they would let you go to your hotel. The people in my vehicle said the guy's unhinged, and all I did was keep on apologizing to him.
And so you have in your hand, sir, what happened with those charges?
I waited until I think Wednesday, the following Wednesday, to call the city attorney who does the citations and tell him what happened. He saw the ticket number and looked at it and stuff, and within minutes he processed these charges. So
they're no pros. And actually, I'm sure you know what no pros means. You mind explaining that?
No price means that this ticket goes away unless a city or the police department wants to pursue charges within the next year.
It's usually some type of statute of limitations, whatever it is for that crime. So they have a year to bring it back up.
Bring it back.
Not that they will. Not that they will.
I haven't had a ticket in years. I haven't been pulled over. I was just doing my job at 9, 10 o'clock at night. I've talked to a major, Cody Miller, told me that there was some type of designated route. He's told me that over the phone and in person, but I did a FOIA request and it does not exist. Well, I filed an internal affair complaint against the officer that I had interaction with downtown, the Kenneth Thompson, and now I'm about ready to file an internal affair complaint against Major Cody Miller for lying to me about there being a so-called designated route, and I have a meeting tomorrow with the major and internal affairs discussing this.
The very next day after I published this video, the Little Rock police chief texts the Little Rock prosecutor this message. Good afternoon. Any update on the issue we discussed yesterday evening concerning the citation that was null prost? And the prosecutor responds, yes, I'll give you a call in a bit. And so Mike's charges are now refiled, which is practically unheard of, especially in a situation like this. And so my attorney, Whitfield Hyman, refers him to an attorney in Little Rock named Michael Kaiser. And Michael Kaiser digs up some dirt. Michael Kaiser, attorney at law,
Yes, sir.
Little Rock, Arkansas,
That's it.
fighting crime, something like that, defending
Yeah.
unlawful stuff. I don't know, what would you consider what's happening to him?
Retaliation, trying to stop him from speaking his mind, from exercising his First Amendment rights.
Retaliation, that's a good way to define it. There you go. What brought you here? What's happened up to this point, and how did you get involved?
Michael got ticketed for two things: failure to obey a police officer, which is actually an unclassified misdemeanor crime, and then he got charged with impeding traffic by going too slowly. Michael called the city attorney's office, who prosecutes the cases in Little Rock Traffic Court, and the city attorney's office null prost, or dropped his charges July 10th. That's where it should have been done. However, on July 31st, Michael, I guess with you, you released a video explaining what had happened to him. It seemed like an officer was having a bad day and was stressed out about the situation downtown Little Rock, that maybe it was a little bigger than they had expected and they weren't prepared for how many people, and he seemed to take it out on my client. Through the Freedom of Information Act, we were able to get communications between the Little Rock Police Department chief and the city attorney's office who prosecutes those cases in Little Rock. And on August 1st, we found that the chief sent a text message to one of the deputy city attorneys in Little Rock stating, I want to quote it because I think it's pretty clear who and what they're talking about. The chief texts the deputy city attorney, good afternoon. Any update on the issue we discussed yesterday evening concerning the citation that was null prost? And then the deputy city attorney responds, yes, I'll give you a call in a bit. You know, they're not saying, hey, any update on the Michael Levy case that you null prost a few weeks ago, but I don't know of any other way to read this.
There's another message that kind of says something like that, isn't there?
There are a couple of messages about Michael, but Michael did actually file a bunch of Freedom of Information Acts himself, so some are talking about that. He sat down with, or at least spoke with, several of these people. I'm not aware of any other message that could be so clearly interpreted as the chief of the Little Rock Police asking the city attorney's office to refile 2 traffic tickets that they had already dropped the day after that person publicized the incident online.
And he says we talked about yesterday, right?
Any update on the issue we discussed yesterday evening?
So yesterday evening. So my video released at 11:11. So by that evening, they had talked about it. Assuming. I'm connecting those dots.
I can't.
And then the next day, the text message is, hey, we talked about this yesterday evening, which just happens to be the evening my videos post.
I don't have all the chief's communications ever, but I don't think there's going to be a large list of cases where he's personally texted the city attorney's office asking them to undrop a case.
Especially a little traffic citation like that. How often have you seen a traffic citation that's been null prost, been refiled?
So I've practiced now for almost 11 years. I have never seen that happen.
Okay.
With a traffic offense. I have seen it happen a couple times, but I've never seen it happen outside of the context of really serious cases and where there was an understandable reason, like a child witness who just was incapable of articulating what had happened to them, and then when they're an older child or a young adult, now that they're capable and it's refiled.
That would make sense. And what do you think about the officer requiring Levy to give him his phone number? He said,
"Yeah, so
you're going to jail if you don't give me your phone number."
That was very concerning. As an attorney and as a citizen of this town who actually lives fairly close to where this guy patrols, there is no duty to give your phone number to an officer.
Yeah, like what's your email? Like why would, that's a weird thing. And now I'm in jail for not giving my contact information to an officer. And then would that rise to a Fourth Amendment rights violation if that all happened that way?
So I don't know exactly. There may be a civil Fourth Amendment violation. I think he crossed the line by giving my client a ticket for things that didn't happen. But that's where I don't think there could be any argument. That's where he really crossed the line by his frustration got the better of him, and that happens to all of us, but we're not in positions to violate people's constitutional rights when we do.
And so what's the timeline on this? Let's make that very clear. So he gets pulled over on the 4th of July. Mm-hmm. By the 10th, it's null prost.
Yep.
Then on the 31st, all the same month, all in July, by the 31st, I put the video out.
Yep.
August 1st.
The next day.
Is when all of these text messages arise. And how fast was it after that before the charges were refiled? What's the date on that?
10 days later. August 11th.
So 10 days after the text message? Okay, on the 11th, they are refiled.
Yep. And now we're set for trial February 9th, I believe.
How many Uber drives did he have to do to pay an attorney to defend him in something that was already dropped?
Dozens. Yeah. If not more.
Why would the chief do that?
I'm making that jump that this text is in reference to Michael's case being null prost.
Aligns with the same day.
Occam's razor. When multiple explanations exist for a phenomenon, the simplest one is usually the most likely to be correct. So that's the first part. Is I'm comfortable saying, I think we caught the chief texting the city attorney asking him to refile charges against Michael because he had the gall to express his opinion about what had happened. I'm comfortable saying that. Why? It could be legit. It could be, I reviewed this case file. These were violations. You should not have null prosted. That doesn't seem very likely. Why would the chief of the Little Rock Police be reviewing a July 4th traffic ticket of one random patrol officer?
A month
later. That seems hard to believe. So then the other things, to chill Michael or yours or anyone's First Amendment. It doesn't matter that it's you or that it's Michael Levy. We don't want anyone doing this. So how do we try to do that? Make it hurt.
We'll show you what happens when you do that.
Yeah,
I can't really see any other reason other than to punish him for having the gall to speak ill of the Little Rock Police. I wish I could say it was surprising. It's not at all. If it was me, I don't have the courage or bravery that Michael does. I wouldn't do this. I would, probably because I know how bad the blowback can be because I've seen it. So I really admire Michael for doing this because more people need to, but I understand why they don't want to because I'm one of them.
Yeah, it's scary.
It is scary. It sucks that that's the reality, to just expose the most common, lowest level of corruption in our system, but that's a price he's willing to pay, and I appreciate him for it.
If every single person in the court system right now pled not guilty, what would happen?
break it.
Thank you.
If everyone pled not guilty and demanded a trial, they would have to decide which of these are worth our time and resources.
So my last question on this Levy thing, let's just assume the chief is asking the attorney to refile these charges.
Yeah, I'm assuming that.
Is that illegal in any way of the chief? It's shady, yes, but is there a crime there?
I don't know.
Even if we proved it.
I don't think so. I don't think so. As a citizen, I can always call the prosecutor and complain to them and say, hey, you shouldn't have done that, or you should do this. So, I mean, the chief is still a citizen, but then he's not. He's the chief of the Little Rock Police. I have a hard time finding a way to call that criminal. I don't see how it's ethical.
That's fair.
The biggest city in the state, and we have a real crime problem. And the chief is spending any amount of time worrying about a drop ticket because a guy went on YouTube to complain about his experience with the LRPD. But the reality is, I think the police are more concerned about YouTube videos like yours than civil lawsuits, because the potential for damage to them is much greater from this. How people view them, how people interact with them. Mr. Levy was just being an Uber driver.
He was literally just asking, how do I get these people to their hotel?
Yep.
The real battleground for our constitutional rights and our First Amendment right is more in less significant interactions like this one. Yes, every cop will work a murder case at some point in his 35-year career, but the majority of his career is stuff like this. The extreme majority. And so the concern is, if one officer who is considered to be a good officer is treating an Uber driver like this so casually, like this is clearly not out of the ordinary for him.
This is the stuff that happens to everyday people every day.
Yes.
Yeah. What do you say? 95% of them just take that plea deal where it goes away?
99.8.
There you go.
0.9. The majority of people don't want that smoke. They don't want to be looking over their shoulder with the Little Rock Police Department. I wish it wasn't, but this is just par for the course, man.
That sucks. Damn, man. For real, huh? That's how it is. So you heard it from him and not me, that this is par for the course. So anyone that wants to say, like, I just show all the bad stuff, I have to go find all this bad stuff and make it look like it's par for the course. But it's not. I have more stuff than I know what to do with, because it is par for the course. I don't make it look like that. And now even he is saying exactly that.
Who is?
You are.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I'm talking to the camera, kind
okay,
of.
Sorry. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it is.
You're like, who the hell are you talking to? All right. I am once again, for, I don't know, the 12th time here at the Little Rock Police Department headquarters. So I don't know if the police chief Helton hates Mike or hates me or just hates accountability and transparency, but he got mad enough to have some stupid traffic ticket reinstated over a video. So I'm gonna see if the chief will talk to me about it. You can't close it. Come on. Hey, dude. How can I set up a meeting with the chief? Or at least attempt to, you know?
Man, so what you can do, you can give us a call during normal hours. Just give us a call. Come down here during normal hours, and we're in contact with his assistant, and she'll come down and meet with you, get you to meet with the chief.
Well, you say normal hours. What do you mean by that?
Normal business hours.
Okay, because that's like right now, right?
I don't know, man. Normally between 4 o'clock, I guess.
Is there a way to see if they're here now?
They're not.
They're not?
Yes.
Okay.
Some people are trying to meet with them.
Gotcha. All right.
All right, man. Yeah,